every time we eat, our body releases glucose and insulin, blood sugar and insulin. Insulin pushes the blood sugar into the cell to be used for energy. So whatever energy is not getting used right away gets stored in the liver as glycogen, or stored on the body as body fat to be used later for a great source of energy when we're not eating all day. So when you're fasting after 12 to 14 hours, and it differs depending on what you've eaten when you were feasting, it depends on your metabolism, your age, your weight, your activity, all of those things. The body will use up all that glycogen in the liver for energy. And that doesn't have to be, you know, a crazy workout. It can be working at your desk all day. It can be walking around. It can just be sleeping at night. But it's going to use up that glycogen in the liver. And once that's depleted, the body is going to create these ketones. And that signals the rest of the body to go out and look for other sources of energy, mainly body fat. There's lots of leftover proteins in the body that the body will go to first, and that can be in the form of, like, you know, kind of that skin, that loose skin. Like, have you seen The Biggest Loser when all those people lose that weight? That's really protein that the body just needs to get rid of. But because there's a calorie deficit going on, it's not getting rid of those proteins. That's a whole different video, but we can talk about later. But the body's going to look for those proteins, but it's also going to look for stored body fat to use as fuel when there's not that constant flux of energy coming in. So years ago, or, you know, probably most recent, we've been hearing eat all day, small stacks. Well, what that does is it keeps the metabolism revved up all day. No, what that does is it creates the process of insulin and glucose being released into the bloodstream all day long. And when we've already got glycogen in the liver that can be used as energy, it's going to store whatever those little snacks are that you're taking in. It's going to store that as body fat. And most of us don't need that. Most of us have enough body fat on our body for it to go to for that secondary source of energy. So ketosis is a good thing, but for most of us, especially women, especially the women that I work with, ketosis 100% of the time is really difficult. It's hard to sustain energy. And so what I teach is carb cycling, and that's where you go in and out of a state of ketosis, and that helps the body become metabolically flexible, which is kind of what I teach as our ideal way of living and existing, whether it's for, you know, health and therapeutic purposes, whether it's for energy or hormone balance. Metabolic flexibility is sort of the end-all be-all, in my opinion. So I've got lots of great resources that I'll attach to this video that you can go out and learn lots about, people with lots more letters at the end of their name than mine, but really great resources to listen to podcasts and read books and blogs and all of those kinds of things if it's something that interests you. But if you have questions, let me know.